feeling good, and I wanted people to see that, to know that. It wasn't just the People magazine with set up photographs, that I'm really doing well facing this rather devastating diagnosis and telling people, don't go to the funeral before the day of the funeral. Live each day, each moment even, you know.
So you're feeling good. You look fabulous.
I am. I have great doctors, and I have a wonderful, wonderful husband who's been there just incredibly. And I think Billy and I were talking in the makeup room, and I said I had finished the book that had been about 8 months of trying to remember, and at 73, I said, I better do the memoir quick before the memories are gone. And in the end of the book, I am cancer-free because I had a stage 1 tumor removed from my lung. And this thing came, a bolt out of the blue, mid-January. I was rehearsing for a show, and I thought, I need to share this now, and it's in the brain area, and I didn't want to start having problems of speech or anything else. But I should tell the whole family, because for 4 decades, people have been coming up to me on the street and treating me as a family member, treating me as a long-lost friend. And I thought, this is a good thing to do. You know, instead of a memorial and I kept secret, and I'm not real secretive, and I have a big mouth. You know, and I thought, what if stuff starts leaking out? I saw her in the infusion room of Cedars. I want them to know I'm there and that I'm fighting this thing, and that death is a part of life. And it's almost a privilege or an advantage to know, because a lot of us just push death away, don't look at it, don't want to think about it, and you shouldn't spend a time, you know, morosely looking at it, but you do have to face it, as none of us are getting out of this alive. We are all terminal. It just depends when. Do you know what I'm saying? Doesn't have to be such a heavy, horrible thing, and I want to encourage people.
But since the diagnosis, how do you live your life differently? Are you doing anything different?
Sure. I got immediately to the lawyer to make sure everything was in order. Tony, my darling husband, had resisted that. He's one of those folks who doesn't like, well, let's not talk about funeral arrangements. And I said, honey, we're 73. I think we better do something so it doesn't fall on the kids and they don't know what to do. And so it made us get more responsible about that. I'm cleaning out closets. I am getting rid of junk. I took the Emmys out of the garage and brought them into the house to make sure I knew where they were. It's very interesting. But I'm going to the movies, I'm cooking dinner, I'm running, I'm lifting weights, I'm doing everything that I did because of this wonderful team at Cedars Sinai.
Are the doctors telling you anything about a month? A time, a week, when this will start to turn? Because you're winning as far as I can see.
Yeah, I'm past my expiration date already.
I'm sorry, we gotta go right there. Let's keep it going.
It was August when the first little symptom happened that was construed to be something else. I thought it was a pulled muscle from lifting weights. And later, the neuro-oncologist, Dr. Rudnick at Cedars, said, that is an early sign that maybe something's happening on your spine. It's a very hard disease to find. It's 2% of cancer. It's called leptomeningeal carcinomatosis.
Yes, these names.
Oh my God.
I don't like it.
Leptomeningeal carcinomatosis. There we are.
Leptomeningeal carcinomatosis.
Yeah, that's good.
Leptomeningeal carcinomatosis.
Yeah. And what it is in the meninges. The meninges are where people get meningitis. And the housewives will get this, or anyone who has used saran wrap. There are 2 layers of this clear kind of, like saran wrap. Within that is liquid, which is spinal fluid, and around the brain. That is a protection against infection, bacteria. It goes all around the brain and up and down the spine. It also goes around, this similar thing is around the genitals to protect the next generation and to protect the command post. These are very significant parts of the body. And the meninges protect it. They also keep out chemo. There's called a blood-brain barrier that stops infection and bacteria and everything getting in, and that's why it's so hard to treat. And it isn't a mass. I was telling, I think it was Regina.
That's why it's incurable. You can't.
Well, because it's floating around, and they're not sure, and it's a vast area, and they have no target, Billy. That's what my doctor told me. Like in the brain, there's a great surgeon, Keith or Kevin Black. I think it's...
Call him K. Black.
No, he's fabulous. And he has been doing work, and if you have a mass, you can cut it out. I don't have that, and that's in the brain. Mine is not in the brain, it's around brain.
Were there any other treatments that you could try, or people coming to you with kind of
we
the
tried
quirkier
one drug, a wonderful new thing. I was not a candidate. 60% of the population is not. And I was not in the 40% that this would work. Now I'm on a new chemo, have only had 2 sessions. I don't have any side effects. I'm having a very easy time. And that, if it works, we will know that in April. And then they're doing work on new stuff, and they're doing it for everyone, not just because I'm Valerie Harper, an actress that a lot of people know. It's medication that is targeted to that particular cancer cell. These cancer cells have their own DNA and markers, and if they can, well, in the book it talks about my surgery with Dr. McKenna, also from Cedars, and
on the lung cancer?
Yeah, I was cancer-free.
Are they connected, Valerie? Are they connected?
They had to test for a couple of weeks to find out if it was the same cancer, and it is.
It is.
It's lung cancer, which is a tough one. They were hoping it was some...
No, you never smoked. This is a 20% of women who get lung cancer had never smoked, touch anything.
More women die of lung cancer than breast, pancreatic, I think, and colon put together. It's an interesting thing, but we have a way of saying lung cancer, oh, smokers. And so many people stop smoking, and Dr. McKenna said to me, the surgeon, he said, it's so heartbreaking that people who stopped 20 years ago, and now they've got it. But he has a wonderful thing called VATS. That's what they did on me. It's called visually assisted thoracic surgery, VATS. He developed it. Yes, like the knee surgery?
Yeah.
Got a chance to touch his leg.
Get on in there.
He is so cute. Anyway, and you too, darling.
Thanks, Val.
You are just wonderful, the two of you. But anyway, going in with the camera and the light, we are familiar with this in our business. And then he does the surgery. And then you have tiny little... I did it between
my mom did this exact surgery. We were with her, and they go, yep, VATS. They go right in and right in her lung, too. Same.
Oh, my God, that's fantastic.
Valerie, where does this light come from? I'm watching you just discuss your diagnosis, and you're even upbeat, saying the names of everything going on. Where do you find this
I
strength?
thought I should learn it. Like a good actor, you do your research. But I really had wonderful doctors who were so expressive about this, and they were just... Natali, who is the lead physician, he's my medical oncologist, said, Valerie, in 30 years, and he's the head at Cedars of the lung cancer area division. He said, I have never seen a case like yours. There's no cancer anywhere else in my body. They did all these tests and scans, head to toe, and MRIs and CAT scans and everything, and I don't have it anywhere else. He says that's so unusual with this lepto, they call it, leptomeningeal carcinomatosis. He said, I've never seen it in 30 years of practice. So I don't know if that's good or bad or anything, because People magazine had it right so far. It wasn't the whole truth. They said 3 months to live, but my doctor said no one, any oncologist, doesn't do that because they can't. It could be true. 3 months is, in my experience,
you shouldn't put a
3 months.
timeline on it.
It could be a week. I could leave here and have a brain seizure, and that would be it. Or it could be a year from now. He said he's had patients who do go forward. He just said that mine is pretty widespread. Some of it's microscopic, so they can't treat it like a tumor because it isn't. It's a grouping of tumors, or, you know.
All right, we have
Look
so
at
much.
that sweet face.
We're gonna-
Are you tearing up?
Well, no,
don't.
listen.
want you to live. That's why I'm out here, to tell people, don't sit Shiva if you're Jewish. Don't get in the funeral procession if you are, Christian or Italian. Live your life. Live each moment. There's nothing but Kit and Billy and Val and all these beautiful people. There's this moment. That's what we got. Seize the day. What is it? Carpe diem?
Yeah, carpe diem.
Wise people have been telling us for years, and Oprah has a great one. In this time, and I've been living my life this way, forgiveness is giving up the wish that the past could be different.
Yeah.
Really,
Well
that's a big
said.
one. And loving each other, embracing each other in the moment, cleaning up stuff in your life, and trying not to be so afraid of death, because it's
That's
inevitable.
the
I think
one.
that's what you're doing here by making this, keeping this appearance and doing other interviews and getting out there with this, is helping to lift that fear and that pall that is over death, that it is a part of life, and that, helping people who are facing it, give them courage.
Exactly, and I also wanted, because I'm a public person, or some people know me, and you all have been inviting me, the media has been so sweet. I wanted them to see me, because I've been getting, even my neighbors, can we bring casseroles? You know what I mean? And I thought,
No noodle
my God,
casseroles.
they must think I'm in a wheelchair. I love casseroles.
cook.
Bring them. Yeah, no, but I'm living a normal life. And the new era of cancer is not to kill the cells, and you ruin the person, and they're there.
Yeah.
It's new. It's managing the cancer. You can live. This is really, get this, everybody. You can live with cancer. You can, no, that's not it. You can die with cancer, but not of it.
Well
That's
said.
really true. My darling father on the show, Harold Gould, who played Martin Morgenstern, had 13 years. He had prostate cancer, being managed with drugs and new things. And there's new things all. I don't know how many
now.
people have come to me and said, I have cancer now, and they're working. I've been asked to do some jobs, which is wonderful, and I would be pleased to do it.
If you love that video, you're gonna love everything on the Access YouTube channel, so hit the subscribe button. You can thank me later. Hit it. Now. Thanks.